No one told us it was coming. No one told us that the end would be here. The end is near. Some people say the end's not. But I'm here to put your minds at ease. I might have some things that would lead to theories and some, or maybe one, that would lead to a confirmation about something. Fortnite's death or Fortnite's resurrection. I think you guys will very much enjoy what I'm about to offer. What's going on, everybody? I'm the Animus Kid here. Wrong intro, sorry, but you can call me Animus. And I've got some, like, mind-blowing ideas, and I think all of you need to hear this. My buddy, my moderator to my channel, had just sent me a little video, and I took a screenshot of what I saw. And I have screenshots. And in this video, you will see a picture, but it's extended 2 more times so I can show you exactly what it's saying. Here we go. Fortnite, from some people, would say that it's dead. But Fortnite, from other people, would say Season 11. Here's where I can tell you something. Everyone who thinks there's a Season 11, take that in your mind. It's gone. Fortnite, as you know, is gone, okay? Like, there's no more Fortnite. You see the smile on my face? There's hope. Let me get to it. But let's explain some theories first. Why this is here. Not like on my screen or yours, but why this is like this right here. Does anybody remember the Zapatron in Season 1 where it was like super overpowered and if you blast somebody, they're instantly eliminated from the Battle Royale? It was around, if you probably don't, that's understandable, look it up. It was in there literally for one update, which is 1 day, and they took it out the next day. And I noticed something about it. The Zapatron used the same kind of electrical power relays as some of the things in, I think, Season 10, the generators near Loot Lake. They had the same kind of electricity. Now, let me say something about this. I have some theories of why this is like this. Why we all got sucked into a black hole with the event The End. You won't lose your skins. You will not lose your pickaxes. You will not lose your gliders, your emotes, all your wallpapers, your back blings. Forget it. They're not gone. That kind of also halfway confirmed that Fortnite's not so dead. To the people who dislike Fortnite, you might have another very long headache because Fortnite is sticking around. To the people who enjoy Fortnite, there is no Fortnite anymore. I will explain why. But first, let's dial it back a little bit. Let's contain your excitement. Here we go. Now, with that Zapatron energy, that was also the energy that was used at Loot Lake. Now, ever since the rocket kind of busted up the sky, does anybody remember the huge, like, you know, spider web that kind of looked like this? Not so much, but you get my drift. It cracked the sky, and it showed us what rifts are. Why we can't use rifts to go to another dimension. Remember when you used a rift and you would blast yourself right in the sky and you're like, you know, way up there, or you'd use a rift to go, or in this case, the 0 point, which they called the big magical floating orb over in Loot Lake? I will explain why. Look at my arm. My arm represents the tangent timeline of the multiverse theory. Has anybody heard of the multiverse theory? I'm gonna put my arm down. The multiverse theory means there's an infinite, limitless, no amount number. There's like infinity numbers of universes similar to our own or much erratic to our own. Very different, very similar. Who knows? The bottom line is there's an infinite number of universes, and I will explain why this is like this right now. And I have actually a couple theories on that, but let me kind of nail it down for you. Remember my arm when I said this was the tangent timeline of the multiverse theory? Look at my arm. My hand. Sorry, not my arm. My hand, my fist, represents the island. Do you see why we are in this loop here? We call it the loop, or in its case, we named it loop. Look at it. Some people would have you believe that, oh, well, we were part of the multiverse, or we were part of the dimension. According to the visitor, no, we weren't. Because he came to this off-scaled universe, this non-canon universe of the multiverse, to tell us, or to give, because when he came, he could not talk, and there was a reason why, and he said it. He said he would turn into a mute like the others. And actually, I wrote it down today while I was at the office. I could not sleep. I stayed up all night, and I'll explain why. But I quote in here, he says, "Now that I witnessed it firsthand, is it obvious that pinching alone made it inevitable. Pinching, which means trying to pinch off this timeline and put it back in ours, the regular multiverse." This all sounds stupid, and this all sounds far-fetched, but hear me out. He also says, "When I hear this again, what help me remember? Or once looped, will I be just as muted as the others?" The others, in this case, here's my theory on that. The other 6, because they called themselves the 7. And they had some skins that were a part of a 7 set. There was a paradigm just before, the end. And anyway, the muted could be us. The muted could be us. Remember, in Fortnite Battle Royale, not Save the World because they had voices, but in Battle Royale, we could not talk. We had no fall damage noises. Not by voice. We had no verbal attacks. We had nothing like that. Is he calling us mutes? Did he know that we were mutes before any of it happened? And then he says, nobody calculated the formation of the island. Nobody speculated. And that kind of rings a question in my head. Why did the island deteriorate if he couldn't speculate it? I mean, look, I might sound stupid, but just hear me out. And another thing about it is that he couldn't talk. And I get it now. I get it why this beam here, this loop, I get why it beams or flares and rings a little number. And actually, a part of that, you guys will probably not be able to read it from my camera, but check that out. I wrote all of this down today. The Visitor's full recording, and I wrote down everything that he said in all of his recordings. Now, with that being said, I actually have a second page. And this isn't so long, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys might be trying to figure it out for yourself, but if you don't, and you want to check out this theory, which is not a theory, it's actually been confirmed. We actually have the deciphered message. Here it is. Sorry if I'm talking too fast. And it says, deciphered message for now. It says, "I was not alone. Others are outside the loop. This was not calculated. The 0 point is now inevitable." He says all those words inside this big paragraph, but you have to use the numbers of which, these words have numbers. You have to find like the 87th or the 150th, which is down here in this paragraph, and you have to find out what his secret message was, and I did. That's what I read to you. You can pause the video if you want to read it yourself, or if you didn't read it. I'm actually going to get to a picture that's going to be coming up. I can see the scale there, so sorry if I'm talking so fast. But the 0 point. They also called the 0 point this. This is the 0 point. And another thing is, the 0 point was at Loot Lake. So here's my theories. 3. The island is very confirmed gone. There's no more island. There's no more Fortnite. There's no more Battle Royale. Take out the Battle Royale. Just imagine you on the island. There's no more island. It's gone. It's done. Bye. Get out. And that's our final result. That's the first theory. The second theory is the Visitor came to try to fix things and put our tangent timeline back in the original canon timeline. And the rockets, all 7 rockets that, dragged the meteor into a complete blast that blasted it away from our island and then came back out of the sky, used the rockets, and blasted into the 0 point, which this is the 0 point. When it exploded, here's the end result. This is all we have left of the island. The universe. Our universe. The end. That's it. The end is near. That's why they said that. That's my second theory. My third is this. The island's still, I guess you could say, alive. This is the door. It's like closing a door and then, you open it back up and you actually made it to the door to exit. Now think of us in this place. Now, like when I'm looking up and I'm saying in this place, think of it like we're in this huge black void here. Now, with that being said, the black void, we're in it. We can't move. But somehow, if we were to move our way back into that black hole, which it's not a black hole, I found that out, it's not. It's a loop, a door, a doorway. If we were to crawl back into that loop, how amazing would it be that we come out of that loop and that's the door back to the island? It makes perfect sense, because remember, you use the rift to goes, you could not exit the island because you were on your own universe. This is the key back to our universe, and we're not in the correct canon multiverse. We're not in the regular multiverse. We're still somehow in our own island. That's my theory. It just goes to show that there's a lot of theories here, but people who are saying Fortnite is dead, you can tell them. And please, everybody, share this video if it helps. Share it if it does, okay? Because if it does, you can prove your friends wrong, and you can have them just a little bit stuck to. I will explain something about this, and you guys will enjoy this. With the rocket blast, with the block was actually not made for people on the island. The block was actually made, and somehow somebody knows like nothing about it. Remember when Drift came through, and I'm not blaming Drift, but remember when Drift came through? He entered our timeline in our island, and he can't leave, and he can't go back to his. That's why the visitor was here, because everybody that was coming in, the Viking, all the people, the Ravens, all that stuff, like the new Ravens and stuff. The reason they couldn't leave is because there was nowhere to go. If they were to go somewhere, they would instantly vanish. They would cease to exist. This is why we use Riftigos and we come right back out of the sky. We don't have a connecting timeline. Now, let's say there was an arm and it's connecting, and my hand is the island and my arm here is the timeline. If we use the Riftigo, we'd rift into this timeline because it was connected, but we had nothing that we were like connected to. And people were looking at it, and right there, you see that? Is that right there? It beams now. Remember, the visitor can't talk, so he decided to leave his message for us to find out using numbers. He became a mute, like he said. He questioned his own self. Why become a mute like these others? And it happened. He's a mute. His only possible way as backup for talking was to make the 0 point flare and spin off numbers, which another thing is, I believe he either is part of the loop now or he's with the loop. I think right now I can see it on here on my graphing system. There's a new, there's a 3-point picture thing. It's actually the picture of what I'm about to show you. It actually kind of, explains what I showed instead of on paper. This was a part of a YouTube video I screenshotted. Check it out. It's right here. This is what I've calculated, and this is what I found. This is the exact point. Like all the numbers that were, we've been given. If there's any more numbers, I'll show you what the next sentences are. But this is the words that were here. That's the words that were there. Now, guys, when I say that those are the words that were there, what I mean is that's the phrase that we found or we have so far. What does it mean? And the thing is, there's no new numbers so far. Those numbers keep repeating. Like those same numbers that formed that phrase that you saw. Sorry, I'm mixed up here. That phrase, it keeps repeating. So we won't know if we get any new phrase. Now, with that being said, Tuesday or the Friday, they say there's some kind of, fix, and this is supposed to actually fix it. Like, there's supposed to be no more black hole. We will rise anew. That's what I saw. I saw a phrase that says we will rise anew. That had nothing to do with Fortnite. Somebody wrote it. But I was looking up something today. And I would have never found this if I had not seen a link on YouTube that showed exactly what it was. Here's my first word for that. Italian. I'll explain why I just said Italian. Because today I was looking something up, and it's like mind-boggling what I found, and I'm actually going to show you. Hang on, let me fix this real quick. All right, guys, I know this was kind of split, but I found something today, and look what that says. That says chapter and capitolo. Now, capitolo, if you don't know, is Italian for chapter. And guys, you might be surprised with what you might see. And this was truly, truly amazing. And here is the point where I actually explain that. Now, I'm not going to show it just yet. I'm sorry that the camera is splitting, like, from black to me again and then black to me again. I'm actually having to, fix that. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'm not going to release what I'm about to say just yet because I want you guys to be held in suspense. A lot of you have been saying that Fortnite is gone. It's dead. Yes. And, not or, yes and no. Fortnite is dead. But that doesn't mean Fortnite isn't coming back. Now, with a lot of developments I've seen, and I was actually looking, and this is something I could not screenshot. This is why I don't have the screenshot to it. But I found a recent update today on Fortnite coding, and it was saying something like the end. Does anybody remember the end, like where it had the coding? It said the, dash end. Something was added to it today, and I saw it. I went to check the coding myself. The end had V.11 4835739. Now, with that being said, it's a long code and it was almost confusing, but the weirdest thing about it was some of you were right about Season 11. Then again, you were also wrong. It's not called Season 11. I know something, and I will not release this just yet. I want to continue to try to get this in the more in this video. Remember, guys, I don't know if you and I hope this video actually uploads before this goes to exactly what I know. Or I hope the days last longer. I hope it's like Wednesday or Thursday that this actually ends, and that way I can have my video up. But like I said, guys, please share this again with your friends. I'm not done here, but I was just saying that please, please, please share this with your friends. Your theories can go away. They are all answers now. Not theories, they're answers. And here's the best part about it. A lot of people were saying that the blast expelled them away from the island. Say hi to my llama, by the way. Yes, it did. But what it was doing was clearing you from a blast that you would have been incinerated immediately. My next theory is the reason you move back so far from the island, like way out, and you're over and you see the battle bus and the tomato head, all that's gone. And the reason they got sucked in before you did is because you were for preservation. For the people who don't know what that means, you were meant to be salvaged. And the visitor saw to that. Now his friends, who knows? I don't know. Look, I don't know their motives yet, but the visitors is clear. We assumed him a hostile threat, but now he's not. Forget BR, Battle Royale, forget it. Just imagine yourself on the island. There's no Battle Royale. Just think about that. People are living that way, and they had no idea. And the visitor talks about the others. Again, or if I hadn't explained already, the others in this case could possibly mean me, you, and all the other Fortnite characters in this world, players. But then again, like us, the others, that could mean the other universes. They hadn't found anything about it. Nothing. They haven't found anything out about it. Nothing changed. Nothing looked different from their own because we were off on our own timeline. But the 7 saw to that. They saw it. They were always keeping watch. And they said that, the visitor said that if he were to do this, he would lose the bridge forever. He needed to activate the pod inside the loop. This must be inside the loop. The 0 point, the rim, the hoop, whatever you want to call it. Who cares? This is why he can't speak anymore. This is why he flared the messages. Because he could not talk. And he wanted people to know what he said. Then again, he also made a secret message. The numbers. But then he also had his numbers or his, messages on tape. I have reason to believe someone was watching the visitor. And they didn't want him talking about it. So then again, he decides, I'm going to make just a regular old speech, So he does. And in the midst of it, he knew that this would explode, and he pressed his numbers into the flares. The flares giving off the numbers, reaching his notes, or his, recordings, allowing us to secretly read what his enemy, whoever it is, possibly, could not read. And that's the funniest thing, because we've got something new. Here's what I got to say about it. And I'm actually going to show a picture. So if my, picture up here, up here, kind of like fades out, I'll immediately pop it back up. Here's what I wanted you guys to see. And we're almost through with this, so bear with me, guys. You're going to like this. This picture was accidentally leaked in Italy. And what does Capitolo mean? It means Chapter 2. So we go back to this picture. We have Chapter 2 of Fortnite. And look, in the top as the logo, who was that? Tilted Technique from Season 10. Now, along with that, they accidentally leaked Chapter 2. Remember, everybody, Italian, Capitolo is Italian for chapter in American. Chapter 2 Fortnite is coming. We have a Chapter 2. This is why some people were right when they said Fortnite is dead. Because we're done with seasons that kind of come up to Chapter 1. Aha, see? An Italian found this when he looked it up. He missed it. He missed Fortnite. He deleted, but he wanted to get it back. And then when he saw that, he's like, wait a minute. What is that? Now, we're going to do something here. I'm going to reload these pictures, so I'm going to have to pop again. But you guys are really going to like what you see, and I'm actually going to make the pictures longer. I want you guys to understand what this is. Alright guys, I've extended the picture so you guys can see it and check it out. Right, like I said, at the top left, you can see Tilted Technique's body. And then, on top of that, look at the island itself. The island kind of looks like it's new. Look at the pink next to the black guy on the left. That must be where the old battle took place. But then again, you can see some boats in the water. You can see a new land. You can see a mountain in the distance with a cross on it. You can see like better trees, better outfits, better like defaults. The grass is greener. Who knows what it is? I kind of do. I've seen it. I've seen a video that my buddy sent me. I'm glad I could show you guys this. And it's funny because when I was looking at it today, just those samples of the pictures, I did not know how big and open, but more of like a tropical kind of theme. Well, not tropical like, like birds and like, stuff like that. But there was something that kind of rung in my mind, and I enjoyed every second of it. This Fortnite's not going to be a small map like the last one. And we say small because this one, the Chapter 1's map will be considered small. It is small, okay? Chapter 2's map, I've seen it. Sunsets, hills all the time. You want to swim? Go swim. You want to drive a boat? Drive a boat. I'm sorry for spoiling this, but you guys need to hear this. Ballers, old, vehicles haven't been confirmed. I have not seen that. But my buddy sent a video. I can't actually, throw videos in on this. But if I can, I will see if I can. And if it does appear in this video, thank goodness. And if it doesn't, I'm very sorry. I just wanted to show you guys that. But I'm actually going to get to the very biggest, the best thing you guys have been waiting for. The reason Fortnite is not dead. And you can tell all those haters, and please share this video. Please do. You can always tell those haters, I have confirmed information. Or in this case, you have confirmed information. Fortnite's not dead. Here we go. Here's the next picture. Okay, so with this on my right, on your left, you can actually see, and I'm sorry that I didn't edit it down so it looks smaller so you can see it, but what it says, if you can't read it, I'm sorry if you can't, it says Fortnite, Chapter 2, in English, Season 1, Battle Pass. And what you're looking at is a river. And I only was able to get the river, actually. But guys, I want to say another thing while I can. I could not put the video that my buddy sent me in this video. So what I'm going to do, and you have my word on this, when this video uploads, you guys are going to see the next video that I make will be immediately after this uploads. You will see the preview for Fortnite. Chapter 2, Season 1. Now, with that being said, guys, I want you all to go to your hating friends that, oh, Fortnite sucks and all this and that, or oh, Fortnite's dead. Show them this video. Please, everybody who's viewing this, share this, disperse this. Let's get this views, because when Fortnite comes back out again, you have the information, you have the theories. And one of those pieces has been confirmed. And you know what's the best part about it? You watched this video. So now, you want to prove them wrong, use this video. Fortnite Chapter 2 is coming, guys. And all the people who said Fortnite is dead, sure, it is. But you're talking about the first chapter. We're basically looking at the grass on the ground. You're going to need a shovel, and then you're going to need a pickaxe. Because we've only scratched the surface. What more is Fortnite going to give us? Let's find out. Until the next video, guys, and I'm glad you guys viewed it. If you guys, actually, before I go, what do you guys think about this? Are these some good theories? Are these not good theories? Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, just give me a thumbs in between, who knows. Anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy, tell me your theories, tell me what you think about everything that's happening up to this point, and if there's anything I didn't explain, let me know. I will comment along with your comments, or if you have any comments you want to let me know, DM me on Instagram. My link for that will be in the description, so you guys will also be able to see that secret video for Chapter 2 of Fortnite on my, on my Instagram page. But whatever. That's regardless. Anyway, guys, share this. But until the next video, and you have confirmation Fortnite is not dead, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Enjoy Fortnite Chapter 2.